Hi guys! So today I'm doing a couple of projects. Before I forget, please forgive me for just talking about the hat at the throughout most of the video. It's because I had this idea for the hat, and then while I was making the hat, I came up with the idea for the bag using the same pattern. So this is why the bag didn't come up until a bit later. But yes, so this is using just one pattern, and up to here, from here to there, it's exactly the same thing, and only the finishing touches are slightly different, but it's all extremely easy. So if you have a little bit of time and fancy a little bit of easy fun thing to do, I hope you join me. So let's get started. So for this project I'm using two different colours of Baby Bliss Cotton Decay, and one colour is 13064, the other one is 13019, I'm not sure which one's which. So these are 50-gram rolls. I'm going to need two of these, and then 3.5mm crochet hook, and that's pretty much it. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by doing a slip knot and chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. So in this project, apart from the flower for decoration, I'm going to work with triple crochets, which is the British term that I'm using, and in American English that would be double crochets. So I'm going to do 10 triple crochets in the third chain from the hook, so 1, 2, 3, which makes it this very first chain that we did. So triple crochets, yarn over, put the hook in, yarn over, pull through. We end up with 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1. Again, yarn over, put the hook in the same space, yarn over, pull through. 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's 2, and I'm going to do 8 more in the same space. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's my first round. Now I just need to connect it. So I'm just going to go into the top of this very first stitch. So this is the first stitch here, and I'm just going to go into the top, so this top loop here, and do a slip stitch, like so. The next round we are going to do some increases, so I'm going to chain 2 so that the stitches stand up, but this linking chain is not going to count as a stitch in my work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ignore this, and I'm going to ignore this space here. So the first stitch I'm not going to touch. So I'm going to do 2 triples in each stitch, starting from the second one. So 1, 2, and 2 in the next one. 3, 4, oops, 4, and 2 in the next one. 5, 6, 7, 8, so 2 in each stitch. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 in the same one, and 19 and 20. So that's my second round, and I'm going to go into the top of the linking chain, so right here, so 1, 2, 3, right here, and do a slip stitch into that one. That's my second round done. Okay, so now I'm going to do my third row, so chain 2, and I'm going to start with an increase, so 2 triple crochets in the first stitch. Again, I'm skipping this very first one, I'm starting in the next one here, so 2 triples in that stitch here, 1 and 2, and then 1 treble in the next stitch, 2 triples in the following stitch, 1, 2, and 1 in the next one. And this is the pattern for this round. 2 triples in one stitch, and then 1 treble in the following one. 2 trebles in one stitch, and 1 in the following one. So in the previous round, I forgot to say, we ended up with 20 stitches, and here we should end up with 30 stitches. So I'll carry on until the end of the round, and I'll see you here in a second. You can pause the video if you like, and see you in a minute. So I'm at the end of my round, I've just got 1 more stitch to do, and it's just the last one here. And now I'm just going to, again, slip stitch into the top of the linking chain. Okay, so that's my third row. And to do the fourth row, as usual, I'm going to chain 2 and start with 1 increase. So in the second, not the very first one, but the second stitch, I'm going to do 2 triple crochets in 1 stitch, followed by 2 triples, 1 in each stitch, so 1 in this one and 1 in the next one, and then again an increase, and then 1 triple crochet in each stitch in 2 stitches. So 1 triple crochet in the first stitch and 1 triple crochet in the second stitch, and then 2 triple crochets in the following stitch, which is an increase, so 2 triples in here, 1, 2, and then 2 stitches with just 1 triple in each. And this is the pattern for this round. So pause the video and I'll see you here once I've got to the end of this round. Okay, so I'm almost at the end of my round. 38, 39 and 40. That's my 40. I'm going to redo that last one because it's a bit too loose. There we go. And again, in the top of the linking chain. And there we have it. And for the next round, we chain 2 and do an increase to start with. 1, 2, and then 3 triple crochets, 1 in each stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. And now again 2 triple crochets in 1 stitch, so an increase just here, 1, the same stitch 2, followed by 3 stitches with just 1 triple crochet in each. So 1, 2, and 3. So for this round, the pattern is 1 increase followed by 3 triple crochets, 1 in each stitch. And again, I'm going to pause. If you could pause the video now, and I'll see you here once I finish this round. Okay, so I'm at the end and I have my 3 single triple crochets here. So 3 stitches, 1 triple crochet in each. So this is how you can tell whether you have counted correctly. So you always start with an increase and you always end with just 1 triple crochet in the stitch. And if you have the right number of the triple crochets at the end, that means you did it right. So great, so we've just finished this round. Here we go. And we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so the next round we'll do 1 increase in the second stitch as usual. 1, 2, bear with me 1 second, I think my yarn just got very tangled here. There we go. And then if you look at if you don't remember, so you have 1, 2, 3 here. So we are going to increase the stitches by 1 triple crochet. So we have 3 here. So in this one we're going to have 4. So 4 triple crochets, 1 in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1 increase in the following stitch. 1, 2, and again 4 triple crochets, 1 in each stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and an increase again. So this is the pattern for this round, and I'll see you here in a second once I've got to the last few stitches in my round. So I'm almost there, just got my 4 stitches to finish. Oof. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's my 60. I've got 60 stitches at the moment. So I'm going to do 2 increase rounds, 2 more increase rounds, and then we're going to just do normal rounds without any increase. So chain 2, start with an increase, so 2 triples in 1 stitch, and then 5 stitches with just 1 triple crochet in each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and another increase, 1, 2, and another 5, 1 in each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and another increase. So as I'm sure you realize, this is the pattern for this round. So 1 increase followed by 5 stitches with 1 triple crochet in each. And again, I'll see you here once I've got just a few stitches left to do. So I've done my last increase, and now I've got my last 5 stitches. So 1 triple crochet in each. 3, 4, and 5. Slip stitch to connect as usual, and on to the next round. So 2 chains and then 1 increase, so 2 triples in 1 stitch, followed by 6 stitches with just 1 triple in each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and another increase in the next stitch. 1, 2 in the same stitch, and then 6 stitches with just 1 triple crochet in each stitch. And this is going to be the pattern for this round. And as usual, I'm just going to finish it off and meet you here once I'm almost done. So I just have my 6 stitches left now. So 1 triple crochet in each stitch. 3, 4, 5, and 6, and slip stitch to connect. So this is the top of our hat. As you can see, you can see the stitches here, but I actually don't mind. So this is why I've chosen to use this sort of pattern, because it just makes it easier for me to count, and I think it's quite pretty. So from now on, I'm going to be doing 1 triple crochet in each stitch. So no increase, no decrease. For the next few rows, please look at the bottom how many exactly. I'm going to just do 1 triple crochet in each stitch. So as usual, chain 2, and then again starting not in the very first stitch but in the second stitch, we go 1 and then 1 in the next stitch and 1 in the next stitch, and so on and so forth. So now we are on 80 stitches, so there should be 80 stitches in this round, and you should have 80 stitches for the next few rounds. So I will do the few rounds and I will meet you here when I'm either ready to do a variation, because I'm going to do a variation in a few rounds, or if I happen to run out of my yarn, I will meet you here to show you how I change the yarn. So pause the video now and I'll see you here in a second. Okay, so I now have my 8 rounds of increases plus 4 rounds of just normal triple crochet, 1 triple crochet in each stitch. So now I'm going to carry on with just 1 triple crochet in each stitch, but I'm going to do it slightly differently. So I'm going to chain 2 as usual, and then instead of doing a triple crochet through both loops like so, I'm going to yarn over as usual, but put the hook through the back loop only. So from the top and through the back, and then do a triple crochet. And the same for the next one. So from the top, in your V, you just go inside the V from the top, and then pull your yarn and do a triple crochet. And again, yarn over, put the hook in the top and pull the yarn through the back loop only. So that's going to create a nice ridge. So if I do a few more, I'll show you what exactly I'm looking for in this one. Okay, so if you have a look, there's a really nice ridge just there. So I'm just going to carry on like this with 1 triple crochet in each stitch through the entire round, and I'll see you just before I connect with the slip stitch. Okay, so I'm almost at the end of my round now, so I just need to do a couple more stitches in the back loop like all of the others. This one is quite tight because there's the linking stitch, so that might be a little bit tricky, but it will work. And then just do a normal slip stitch as you have done the entire time. There we go. So that's my first back loop stitch, and I'm going to carry on with the back loop in the next row. So as usual, chain 2, start in the second stitch, so not this one but that one, and we're doing back loop only again all the way around. So let me just do a few like we did in the previous round. So I'm very likely going to run out of this ball of yarn, so we definitely need 100. So once I'm close to running out, I'm going to come back and just show you how I connect the new yarn. Obviously, because it's the same color, it's not difficult at all. So that's not going to take a lot of time, but just to show you. So this is my second round, and it really does give this nice kind of ridging there. Okay, so I'm going to carry on with this, and I'll show you down at the bottom. It will say how many rounds I'm going to do of this. I'll see you in a second. So I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, or almost 4 rows of the back loop only, as you can see, and as expected I have run out of my yarn, so now I'm going to connect the new yarn, which is of the same color, because I'm going to do a couple more rows. So this is very simple, especially that it's the same color and you don't really have to worry about it showing. So I'm going to start a normal treble crochet in the back loop and yarn over, pull through the first stage, and I have 3 loops on the hook, and then yarn over again and pull through the first 2, and then for the second 2 I'm going to grab the new yarn and hold both of the yarns at the back, just grab onto both ends and then pull the new yarn through instead of the old one. There we go, and that's our yarns connected. And now I'm going to do the next round, trying to put these 2 ends inside the stitch so that I don't have to then weave in the ends. So have them there, put the hook in, yarn over, and make sure that the 2 yarns are inside, and do your normal treble crochet. And again, keeping the ends just there above your hook and above your stitch, put the hook in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and again yarn over, pull through the last stitch. Of course, your yarn, depending on your tension, might have run out earlier or might run out later. Doesn't really matter, but as long as you weave it in, it will hold. So now I'm just going to do my slip stitch in the top, and there you go. So that's my next round finished. And now I'm just going to carry on and look at the bottom. I'm just going to put how many rounds I'm going to do of this still, because I'm not 100% sure, because I just tested on my daughter to see how big it needs to be and how long it has to be. Now I think it's going to be 2 or 3 rounds, but as I said, have a look at the bottom of this video just here, and it should tell you. So see you once I've almost finished with this color, because I'm going to do a rim of a different color when I'm ready. So see you in a second. Right, so I'm done with this part. As you can see, this looks like a hat now, which is great, but it also looks like a bag. So I'm going to keep the yarn in. Don't cut anything just yet. So this is the one that I'm going to use for the hat, and this is the one that I've made in the meantime I'm going to use for the bag. Again, this one has the yarn still attached. So whichever you want to carry on with, just follow the relevant link at the end of this video. And thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye!